So you have spent a long time preparing your PowerPoint presentation and built quite many slides. But now it is time to present. You can of course click the slideshow button directly, but there are some steps you can take to prepare your slideshow in a good way. First, the basics. To show your presentation in a slideshow, you can click the slideshow button at the bottom of your PowerPoint window. This will start a slideshow from the slide you have currently open. So if you click that button when you are on your first slide, you will show the whole presentation from the beginning. But if you want to start showing from a slide further down in your presentation, simply open that slide and click the slideshow button. Another way to start a slideshow is to go to the slideshow menu and use the buttons available there. From beginning, we'll start the slideshow from the first slide, and from current slide, we'll start with the slide that is currently open. You can achieve the same effect with keyboard shortcuts. Use F5 to start a slideshow from beginning and Shift F5 to start it with the current slide. If you have some slides that you do not want to show, you can always hide them. They will remain in the presentation, so they will be visible if you share your presentation with others, but will not be shown during the slideshow. To hide and unhide a slide, you can mark the slide or slides you want to hide and press the Hide Slide button in the slideshow menu. Alternatively, you can mark the slides you want to hide and right-click on any of them in the slide list and pick Hide Slide. If you want to unhide a slide, you simply have to mark it and press the same button or choose the same option in the context menu. Please note that it has now changed to Unhide Slide. Another way of choosing which slides should be shown in the slideshow is to use the Custom Slideshow button in the slideshow menu. There, if you click on Custom Shows, you can define which slides are to be shown by marking them in the list on the left-hand side of the dialog that shows and clicking the Add button. You can then reorganize the chosen slides to show them in a different order by marking slides and clicking the up and down buttons. You can also remove slides from your slideshow by clicking Remove. Give your slideshow an indicative name so that you know what it contains. This will help you if you set up multiple slideshows and need to know which show to pick. To show your presentation according to the custom show definition you have just made, click again on the custom slideshow. The custom shows that you have defined will be visible there. Just pick the one you want to show. This is a very useful functionality if you have a slide deck with many slides related to a topic, but you want to make different selections depending on the audience. For instance, you may have a slide deck about your project with all the details, but you want to show only a selection to the steering committee and different selection to your peers. Please note that when you click on the Custom Slideshow button and pick Custom Shows, then you are also able to edit the already existing shows or copy them to create a new variant. You can also remove the slideshows you don't need anymore. If you have multiple monitors, or if your computer is connected to a beamer and it sees it as a second monitor, you can define on which screen the slideshow is to be shown. You can do it either by selecting the right device in the Monitors section of the slideshow menu, or by clicking on the Set Up Slideshow and choosing the right device there. Here you have the additional option of defining which resolution your slideshow is supposed to have, but in most scenarios you do not have to adjust the setting, as your computer and PowerPoint should be able to recognize the best resolution that the selected device can run. In the Setup Slideshow dialog, you can also define some other options for your slideshow. First, you can define the type of the show. If it is to be shown by a presenter, to be browsed by an individual, or browsed at the kiosk. The last option is an interesting choice if you want to show your presentation unattended on a computer. Please note that if you select this variant, then you will not be able to change some other options. But if you change them before selecting the kiosk option, then PowerPoint will remember them. In the Show Options section, you can mark fields to indicate if you want your slideshow to run in a loop, show it without narration, in case you have recorded it, show without animations, or disable hardware graphic acceleration. In most scenarios, it is best to simply leave these settings unchanged. You can also define what color your pen and laser pointer will have during the slideshow, but if you do not define it here, you will always be able to adjust it live when doing your show. In the Show Slides section, you will be able to define which slides are to be shown. If you have defined a custom show, you will be able to pick it from the list here. Finally, in the Advanced Slides section, you will be able to choose whether you want to advance the slide manually or using the recorded timings. To record timings, simply click on the Rehearse Timings button. This is a great feature for you to practice your show. You will be able to make a dry run with your presentation and learn how much time you need for each individual slide and for all slides together. This is a very underestimated but powerful functionality of PowerPoint. How many times have we been sitting in meetings where presentations were dragging long over the allocated time in the agenda? When you have gone through all slides, PowerPoint will ask you if you want to keep the recorded timings. If you choose yes and then run the slideshow using timings, then PowerPoint will advance the slides automatically in line with the recorded timings. You can also record your narration and then simply play the whole show without having to say a word live, or you can export the recorded show to a movie clip for easier sharing. This will also override the stored timings. We will cover the recording options in a separate video. Finally, you can choose whether you want Microsoft PowerPoint to show live subtitles during your slideshow. If you select this option, PowerPoint will listen to you through the available microphone and try to convert speech to text live. This can be a very useful functionality if you want to make it easier for your audience to follow your show. However, please remember that in order to provide subtitles, PowerPoint will have to send whatever it hears through your microphone over the internet in order to interpret what it hears. You can adjust the settings of subtitles by clicking on the Subtitle Settings button. Here you can choose which microphone is to be used for listening to what you say and also where the subtitles are to be shown. Perhaps the most interesting functionality becomes available if you select a different subtitle language to the spoken language. By default, both options show the same language, but if you select a different one, then PowerPoint will not only show live subtitles as you speak, but will also do automated translation. Please remember that this translation will be done through an algorithm, so it will not be as good as when it was done by a proper interpreter and may result in some confusion as these automated translations sometimes give strange results. But if your audience doesn't speak your language, this is a way to make it easier for them to follow your show. In this video, we have focused on various settings related to Microsoft PowerPoint slideshows that can be defined before running your show. We will focus on recordings and running the slideshow in separate videos. Check our other videos to learn more about various Office applications.